definitely a tournament I really want to win. It's one of my favorites. We play all year. I just love this place.
I had a bit of struggles this year, especially the first round. So to get out there and see the putter go in the basket and throw some good shots is really my only goal. I think if it's not one thing, it's another. If it's not the thing, it's the next thing. So it's all there. I've been saying that. You keep hearing that and you keep seeing 60th place. It becomes hard to believe even for myself.
I definitely, kind of fought back, played really well there at the end, where I think birdies are a little harder to come by. I was happy with how I finished, but I think there is definitely room for improvement there in the middle.
Now that I have this good round in the books, it's just going to be important for me to keep it in bounds and play smart. If you're not dropping strokes, it takes a lot of pressure off the holes, and the holes just seem to get easier and easier the less bogeys you have. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Should be decent weather, should have a fun card.
Hello and welcome to round 2 of the 2024 Portland Open presented by Latitude 64. I hope you like that funky little intro. I like that with all the score check-ins and all the interviews. You're watching JomezPro, Nate Sexton, Jeremy Koling, and Paul Ulibarri.
Once again, shout out to the Jomez staff this year. They've been doing a killer job on the edits, turning the edits around so quick. Anyways, back to the round. We have maybe one of the prettiest days on tour. I mean, ever. It's just very little wind. It's a small factor in some places, but for the most part, 78-degree high temperature, but just beautiful Portland summer weather. Fantastic round for Gannon Buhr, starting out with a course record 10 under, followed by Drew Gibson, the only player in the field to shoot 8 under, and they were just followed by a slew of 7 and 6s right behind them. But a little bit of clearance for Gannon Buhr right to start. Number 1 player in the world, Calvin Heimburg, coming off back-to-back Disc Golf Pro Tour victories. He shoots a 7 under in round 1, and he will be on lead card. And making his debut performance on Elite Series feature card, lead card, Randon Latta, longtime Florida buddy with Calvin Heimburg. It's going to be great that they are on this card together, hopefully vibing and shooting some great scores.
Absolutely. Getting into the first hole, though, was a par 4, 741 feet. You are going to have a right-to-left cross one, which is not going to help people. There's an out-of-bounds left, and if you can come around right here with your drive, then you got a tricky little upshot. This green's just surrounded by all kinds of trouble, including that green on the right and these bunkers that we can see. Sidearm, roller, big turnovers, I think, is what we're going to see from this featured card, though. You can see that left to right breeze. It's actually going to help them a little today. Saw a lot of people hyzer out, respecting it a little too much. So it's important to get the big turn, which looks like he did it.
Yeah, that's huge.
It's essentially perfect. That is just a fantastic drive. And when you're going a big turn like this, if you go more understable, that left to right becomes a tailwind. And it really helps send your disc down the fairway.
Yeah, that's a good point, Jerm. Really a distance line as well, because the ground that they're throwing to is so far below this tee pad.
Such a fun starting hole. Drew putting a lot of angle initially, and then once again, just like Gannon's, letting it fight out and flex down the fairway. Just gorgeous drive.
Farther.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, this has to be one of the best holes on this course. I mean, the green is a little crazy, but this tee shot, I wouldn't change a thing. It's so cool.
I don't think it's too much, though, personally, for the green.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
it's got the right amount of challenge, but it's also giving you fair spots that you can play to if you don't want to risk going out of bounds.
Yeah,
I mean,
I agree.
The technicality of how far these guys are throwing, it's not like they can just step up here and be like, oh yeah, this is a gimme shot. Like, these shots that they're throwing are highly technical.
Is this going even more? Whoa, overcooked.
Oh, almost out of bounds.
It does find out of bounds.
Oh,
and
wow.
it finds it in one of the narrowest parts of the fairway on that side.
Yeah, but to get as far as they are getting is so hard. And they're going to be rewarded with a pretty easy upshot because of it. Which he should be.
Yeah, absolutely.
There is Randon's debut tee shot on Jomez coverage.
Wow, that came out with a lot of hyzer.
Yeah.
I mean, that right there is like a great shot for the rest of the field. you know, and those guys are 50 in front of them.
Look at the disc there. That looks to be nearly to the bunker. I mean, that's going to be a chip shot.
The big high forehand hyzer coming with a lot of angle to check up. Lands inside the circle. Let's call it 28 feet. That was a great shot.
Oh, tricky.
So not only is Calvin out of bounds, but now he's left with technical and a low ceiling approach. Yeah, that's awesome. Makes that look a lot easier than it is.
Man,
It's so far down the
must be
fairway.
nice. That's amazing. Oh my goodness!
Are you
Needs to sit.
serious?
That needs to sit, kind of.
Great reaction
Hit
off
the
the top of the
it?
basket. Yes.
I mean,
almost in for the eagle.
So this wasn't, I mean, the result is great, but he was going to have action on that down the hill.
Oh, that was moving.
Yeah.
But at this point, I
Run it.
trust that dude to make the
Oh, for
40
sure.
footer coming back. Like, go ahead and run everything. I have not seen any reason to worry about those comeback putts from that kid.
Whoa.
That was
Weird. That is Drew Gibson's MO right there. He is so good from that range. His mid-range touch is usually crispy. That time it gets a little bit loose. Left with the putt that nobody really wants to run with a lot of pace. Ends up having to play that one short, and he's going to have a par putt.
There's a good putt for Randon. He really needs to get the putter hot. I think that's been his bugaboo the last few years. He's always been fantastic off the tee, so that's awesome to see him off to a good start with the putter stroke.
It's cool knowing Donnie for so long and seeing him develop throughout his career, and now seeing him on the lead card at a major tournament it's a pretty cool thing to see. We have Joona Heinonen in the tee of 3.
Nice clean release. He's worried he's not going to get enough skip, and he didn't. Just outside the circle.
About 45 feet elevated. And a solid delivery right into the middle.
Over to Anthony Barella.
This is his approach on the par 5/6. Oh, he had a jump putt yesterday for eagle.
That's so easy right there. Look at that, guys. Yeah, we're going to be jumping around here and there on this course to get you guys caught up on the action that's going on in front of this lead card.
AB leaving that one short. Looked like it was right in line with the basket, but gets caught up in the high grass and ends up having to make a putt just outside the circle. Now, Eagles drive on 7, finds sand into the bunker. Way too much hyzer out of his hand.
Started out 4 for 4.
And needs this to stay bogey free, 4 under through 7.
Little hyzer shot here.
Spike hyzer probably.
567 feet down the hill. Go ahead and put it 100 feet high to get it to not go too far. And it still did. Little long.
Still did.
Could you imagine a disc just coming in from that height and hitting this basket?
Oh, I'd like to see it.
This looks too far, but usually they hook up and get the nice skip. Yep.
Plenty of width, plenty of distance.
It's hard to go too far here.
It is. And
You're
imagine the
telling me.
hole last year was 100 feet longer.
I've never even thought about going too far. Beautiful putt from Eagle. That's back-to-back holes.
That's why he's one of my favorite from that range. I just love the way he keeps it smooth and direct on line.
Nice birdie from Anthony as well.
Both of them are off to really good starts.
That card had Anthony Barella, Eagle McMahon, Albert Tam, and then Andrew Presnell. And he shared a tweet where Woody was holding up his little noodle arm. And he said, I'm going to be 150 feet behind all the guys on my card today. Pretty awesome sense of humor. This week's Patreon disc winner from a practice round, Patrick Herman. Congratulations, you win the Discraft Cicada.
Yep.
Signed by Calvin Heimburg, Paul Ulibarri, Nate Sexton, and myself. Congratulations to you.
Hole two's a far one. 460 down the hill. What makes it tough is it's low ceilings both sides. So there is a right-handed backhand right next to the Mando, really tight line, and then this is going to be the play for most people if you got it. Sidearm. But I mean, 460. I feel like it plays all of 460, right, guys?
Yeah.
That is such a big forehand. 430, all hyzer.
Yeah.
Never really stood up at all.
Not at all.
Did you know Gannon had that?
Yes.
I think so. A nice forward roll on the end of it, too. This is hung out nice and wide. Can it swing back home? Great shot.
Sure can.
Middle of circle 2.
Drew gonna go with this wide hyzer. Almost beats it all.
Got to keep it low. Not only do you have that tight gap with the furs, you also have just a low ceiling. It's such a narrow line you have to hit for 460. And we saw that from Calvin in round 1. Just early releases. This is a hole I expect big things from Calvin, and now he's left with 400 still.
Yeah, this is a lot to deal with.
I like it though. If it has the distance.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's a great recovery.
Overstable fairway, 400.
Think that was Firebird?
Yeah.
Or maybe that Draco.
Could be Draco too. I get those confused with him.
That's why I say overstable fairway.
Yeah, you're safe with that one.
Not wrong. Not wrong.
Randon with the high run.
Oh.
Good effort.
Don't be.
No, don't
be,
do that
Oh
to
my
the guy.
gosh. Reward him once in a while.
I know. That was a great bid to try to just land it softly in the basket.
Well, he's not in circle 1.
Well, he's not. Not quite. And a bit low for Gannon. And
Seemed like he kind of liked it out of his hand.
yeah,
Maybe blamed it on the wind.
you're not wrong.
Oh, no.
As he's walking away from that, he said, I was aiming at the cage. He thought it was going to get a little bit of a lift.
Oh, really?
Drew's par putt is in. The best approach from him with that jump putt layup. Still had to make a nice putt, but able to clean it up.
Great save.
Really was.
That's how hard this hole is. We're going to come out of here 1 over par for the card.
Yeah, that just didn't feel fair for Randon.
No.
It's not.
It's a great drive, a really good attempt to just to mitigate a comeback putt. Yet he finds one anyways.
We're on to Colruyt Allen ahead on the 17th. Out of the shadows, plenty of distance here.
Oh my gosh.
Just
Are
going
you
in.
kidding me?
Oh, no way.
So many chains.
How does it spit backwards and then still finish beyond the basket?
Oh, such
That
a
was
good
an
shot.
ace. Cole Ridall, an ace. That's an ace. It doesn't sit right with me.
Calling the TD right now. Ezra Robinson out there playing super hot. He's 9 under.
Hole 3, par 3, 387. Mandatory right, big tree right off the tee to keep you honest with a nice low branch. You're going to throw low, flat right-hand backhand. Try to take the double skip over to the left. Get close to this elevated target.
If it gets low enough, it should be great. Yeah, it finds everything. Finds all the holes.
Nice.
About 32 feet long.
Needs to hurry.
That's gonna
Probably
be
backside.
Yep. Turning the camera around.
He's been liking that spot.
You played with him round 1, Nate. You said he couldn't miss.
Yeah, that's accurate. And it was swirly winds. He was hitting all kinds of 40-footers. Some even longer than that.
Calvin hits a iron leaf. Comes up about, I don't know, inside 35. Hard to tell exactly.
Just flipped up
Yeah.
too flat. It would look good out of the hand. Just too flat at the top of the flight. No real left energy. And just going to be way outside. Probably. He does look a little serious, though. I was going to say layup, but maybe not.
Oh, man. Getting real aggressive over the tree.
Wild man.
I like that.
Try to make one up after the mishap on the prior hole.
Yeah, I like it even more given that. Like, thinking that he's not intimidated by the rollaway.
Yeah.
Great putt there. Because you could see easily going, man, what was that? You know, I make a good bid, it rolls away. Now you take an even crazier bid.
Mm-hmm.
Keep fighting, keep firing. It's the only way to stay in a tournament these days.
Calvin just a bit too low.
Randon has one of my favorite aces I've ever seen as we watch Gannon make that one, sneaks it right in there. But in a practice round.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that at the Great Lakes?
Yeah, Great Lakes, yep.
Yeah, with the mid-range.
No, it was a
was-
fairway driver. I think
it
it was
was-
a Leopard or
Yep.
TL3 or something. But
But if you don't follow him, go to his scroll back, I think last year
Yes.
somewhere. One of the coolest shots I've ever seen caught on camera.
What number is that? Like 9?
oh, 8. I think it's 8.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Traditionally, it's 8. Gannon at the top at 12.
What is the simplest way to improve your disc golf game? The answer, learn from the very best. Paul Ulibarri, Simon Lizotte, Ezra Aderhold, and Holland Hanley. They're not just players, they are your elite coaches guiding you every step of the way. The Power Disc Golf Academy is the premier online disc golf academy with over 150 on-demand lessons that are specifically designed to improve your skills right now. So what are you waiting for? Join today at PowerDGA.com.
Hole 4, par 4, 485. Super dangerous green, lots of out of bounds. Every out of bounds shot goes to a drop zone. So you just want to power up if you've got the aggression, got the arm for it. You could play left of the green if you really want to, but if you want to be aggressive, got to go over the water, hyzer in, use that hillside to slow you down. Definitely possible to park.
Yeah, probably the best eagle opportunity you'll see, but still big risk reward. Again, going high.
Wow, really high.
I like this, though.
Did it flipped enough to be wide? Wow.
Oh, it's so
Almost
fun
went
to
in.
watch that.
It really did. I was worried about the golf green with that height, but just perfect angle control.
Just coming in soft as just dropping a feather. Like, it's just crazy at 500 feet, that much control.
This thing is humming.
Outrageous. So good. It's such a different line than what we saw there with Gannon. Just very direct.
Can we make it 3-4-3? Ooh, this is heavy on the hyzer, guys.
Yeah. This is going to hit the green. Does it get off the green?
Roll.
Oh, wow.
Okay, good.
Awesome.
Very close to not, but a good result in the end for Calvin. Should be an easy pitch across the green for the birdie.
I think we saw Adam do that in the first round.
Yes, but I think his was more intentional.
This might be great, too.
It needs
Swing in.
Don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 eagle looks coming right up, and
I mean,
I can't imagine Calvin going for his, but
he probably shouldn't. But for history,
we've got 4 players at least pin high. Like, nobody was short of the pin.
He didn't even get in bullseye.
Randon from 34 feet for the eagle.
Trying to find the perfect grip.
Wow.
And he did.
Yes. Awesome.
love what I'm seeing from Donnie so far. Rising to the occasion.
Drew follows suit. Yes.
It's a good looking putt.
2 solid putts in a row. And just a tap in.
Just a matter of time for Drew to figure it out again this season. Way too talented of a thrower.
There were 4 eagles on the day
Really?
coming
way.
coming into this hole.
Okay.
And then these guys provided the next 3 for the total of 7.
Wow.
But yeah, these I mean, they're essentially accounting for nearly half of the eagles on the day is just this card alone.
Yeah, 7 under's okay for 4 guys.
It's a triple galaxy frame. It's incredible.
Well, hole 5, par 3, 420, and I think this hole might be harder than the last one for these guys. I don't think we're going to be seeing a bunch of birdies, but you never know. You got a mandatory to the left here, tight gap, really tough to shape a backhand through here. It's really got to flip late. You will also see these guys try to fit a sidearm through there, Drew with a late flip and Calvin with a late flip. And Latta's going to be a wild card. I don't know what he's going to do. If Gannon can get to hole 2, he can get to this one.
Absolutely. That
That
is
is
surprisingly good for
superb.
no real Anheuser. Like he just kind of painted that left side and it never really drifted.
Look, I'm all for Gannon Buhr being the best backhand or whatever putter, young champion. I'm not really down for him being like better than you or I at forehand. Like that's not cool too.
It might
Stay in your lane, young fella.
It's too late.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
the Ferrari has accelerated past us.
Grand Wagoneers are still cool, Nate.
How flippy could this be? Yeah, that looked a little heavy.
Just, I wonder what that flip point is on that. How thin of a line it is, because it seems to be decent out of his hand, but just didn't
Did
quite
Drew
turn.
miss the Mando?
He
Well,
didn't
not miss it, but
but he's certainly not taking a par unless something crazy happens.
concedes the bogey.
A wise decision, I would say.
And Drew bogeyed this hole day 1. So I think we found a hole that he is not enjoying.
This needs to sit.
Well, he doesn't need to play it again for another year.
I don't like the lots of hyzer move there.
Not at all.
But I do like that he tried to make it.
Yeah, but a way more predictable roll away than he dealt
Landing
with
on hyzer on
the
that
first
green
one.
is not a good decision.
I think Calvin's going to give this a little bid, judging by Time allotted here.
Fast putt. A decent effort, truly. Stays close enough for more than likely makeable par.
Nice birdie.
Really nice birdie.
What's this one coming in as far as birdie to par ratio? It seems like this
It's
is just
playing
a
over
tough
par.
one.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
3.12 average. Only 16 birdies on the day. There were more birdies on hole 16 than on 5, which is
Wow.
kind of surprising. 400 and, what is it?
56,
456 foot hole. Pretty tough hole.
Randon kind of got away with one there. I think the trees stopping that roll away.
I agree.
With how far these guys throw. True, lines it up, pops it in there for the bogey. This next hole, hole 6, I think we might see a star birdie. I'm gonna call it. I'm calling it, guys. Putting my reputation
I like the
out
call.
on there.
I like the call. I like the guts.
Thank you. Why don't you tell us, like, when the whole preview comes up, like, what they have to do it, though?
I could do that.
All right.
I could also
Good deal.
tell you, Gannon Buhr has opened up quite a big gap on this group.
Yeah.
First thing you got to do, hit this gap. That's really the only accuracy challenge on the hole. After that, it is super wide fairway, playing way up this hill. So you could go roller, but I don't really think these guys need to. I think big turning shot is going to be fine. Get to the top of the hill on your second, where you can see the basket. Super possible for all these guys. And if you do that, the road to the birdie is paved pretty smooth.
Okay. Can I just say they'll all be within 40? So I don't have to put pressure on them. That wouldn't be nice
Okay.
of me to do.
So you're taking away the star frame.
Well, I just don't want to put extra needed pressure on them. That's a good start.
These players that played earlier.
They can shoulder the pressure, I think.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right.
That was exactly what you're looking to do off the tee. Gannon, huge distance, perfect shape, hits the gap. It wasn't even close to missing it.
That's a nice shot as well.
Randon really showing how much power he has, man. He has a cannon built on his arm.
If I had a cannon on my arm, I don't think I could throw very far.
You'd be in a different business. But not Randon. He's still here.
Drew, everyone just splitting the gap.
They're all great. They're all so good.
All right, so
Awesome.
it's a good start.
Yeah.
And look at that, splits the goal.
Oh my goodness.
Pretty cool.
This is a great start, Uli.
Come on,
You took a
Randon.
big risk and you could be cashing in huge right now. All he needs is Heiser. What the heck?
Yes.
You don't even want any more, Randon? You're not
I'll get to
You
the
don't
top.
All the way to the top.
you're
Yeah.
not looking for a little more? Heiser's enough?
Maybe he wants a little two-piece in there. Oh, he might get himself into a little trouble over there. Yeah, right.
Well, there's the mandatory tree just to the other side of
Wham.
where he landed. But
Wham, wham, wham.
yeah, he's on a great side. He's set up perfect. You gonna give him a hard time about throwing just Heiser, or
That got flat for a
it's a
second.
tiny second? Smack.
Oh, but coming out. I think he wants to be over there on the left side, though.
Better angle for the
yeah.
backhand
Yep.
approach.
Yeah, I think it's more open.
All right.
So this is the toughest approach we've got. It could be too low.
Oh, just doesn't even want to watch it.
Why did you put the pressure on him, Paul?
No, I wouldn't say 40. I don't think inside 40 is fair.
Yeah, that was a poor shot. He can still make the putt, though.
Uh-oh. Dang it.
You don't like that one?
Why do I do that to these guys?
That seemed like a good shot from Calvin.
It was like circle's edge. It was awful from that distance, I think. Wouldn't you say?
I mean,
Look how much more height Drew gives this than what Calvin gave it from a
I
farther
like
distance
that.
back. Yeah.
I don't like circle's edge ever
sure,
for anybody.
Sure.
Not even Gangans.
You don't even like it for Gangans?
I would rather it be close.
Yeah, absolutely.
What a short approach. Just a pitch.
You mean the distance he had to throw?
Yeah, he's not.
That's
he's
what
not,
I mean.
He's not clowning him for leaving it
15
12
feet.
short.
Oh, yeah. I see where you're coming from. That's not my intention. But yeah, he also left it short. What the heck?
That's why I don't like it.
Yeah,
It's a tough
it's a
one.
good reason to not like it. Great birdie.
16 under now.
He's on pace.
Yeah, on pace to win by
100.
100. That's what my calculator was spitting out
So
as well.
here's an interesting stat for you guys.
He's going to win by 100? I know. I couldn't believe it myself.
No, so at this point in the round, Gannon Buhr is 6 under. Okay, got the eagle, got the 1 par and 2 with a missed putt, birdied everything else. Just through 6 holes, his raw score is the 7th best score in the field. Just at 6 under through 6.
Yeah.
He's got 12 more holes to try to make it better.
They do get
Ooh,
tough
a little scary there.
moving on up, though. Little
Yeah.
trouble here and there.
Sure, but this course rewards players who start off with the early start because the birdies are early. You get to 13, 15, 17. Those birdies don't feel that good anymore.
With all that being said, he's only got a 5-stroke lead here.
Yeah, sure.
Hole 7, par 3, 360, blind and downhill. 1 big tree guarding the basket on the right side, 2 bunkers guarding it on the short left side. If you find those, you're putting where you lie with a hazard penalty. Backhand mid-range or stable fairway driver, forehand flex is the other option that I'm seeing people go with.
Ooh, this needs help with those. Well, don't. Yeah.
That doesn't
No,
need
that was
much.
helpful. I guess I was afraid it was like a driver, like a
Yeah,
stable driver, but I
yeah.
think that was a stable putter.
Yeah, bring in the tree branches, what you're thinking.
See, this is a driver.
Yeah. And there's the branches.
And there's
they
a
can't
little
stop it.
Spits it out.
They cannot stop it.
Scary putt, though.
A little bit.
Yeah, sure. Coming downhill, bunker behind.
Heavy on the hyzer.
Yeah, it's got to move.
Go
Otherwise,
in.
that sand is going to be in danger. Okay, flies the sand and safe. Finds that little narrow area between the two.
Kelvin off to a slow start. I'd like to see a little bird here from him.
That seems inside, doesn't it?
It
Yeah,
really
it's
does.
hyzering. It's on its way to a sandy landing. I like the effort. It's close. Doesn't draw any metal, but it's only just a touch more power away from going in.
He thought he made it. I saw the early reach down for the disc.
Yes. Yes.
Drew from 26.
Whoa. That was a
Woof.
strange one.
7 through 7.
I just think I've never putted near as good as this guy right here, but when you're putting great, putting bad doesn't make sense. And when you're putting bad, putting great doesn't make sense. And I just have to think that Gannon is sort of going, guys, like just zap it.
Yeah, just, hey guys, watch this.
Like what's going on? You know, like it just looks so automatic for him this season. It's got to be just a huge source of confidence. Who is that old fella?
Hey.
Nice
Oh, Ulibarri.
Feels.
low blast. Gets over.
Yeah.
Parked.
Such a tough hole, 17.
And what a round you put together today.
2 under in
10th
round
card.
1.
Look at that. My huge.
eight under on the day through 17, bogey free.
That round yesterday would have got you in 2nd place.
That's phenomenal.
Thanks, guys. That was cool of you guys to put a little highlight in there. Thanks to the Jomez crew. Yeah.
How much did you pay him?
Oh, they pay me. It's weird.
567 feet down the big hill, just the one tree waiting for you at the bottom. Mando on the left because they had an extra sign, I guess.
The quota of mandatories was not met yet. Jeff, quick, find a mandatory tree.
There's got to be a tree we can stick that on, right?
Before these guys go, shout out to Chandler Kramer, who threw a sidearm flex shot to Circle's edge and just made it.
Oh, my.
I was looking down at the birdies and I saw Chandler Kramer and I was just blown away.
Incredible. It was windy, too.
That's crazy.
I showed that to Ian Anderson while doing live commentary, and we were both just, our jaws dropped.
Like, he should have been closer. It just kind of duffed. It didn't, like, skip forward.
Would have loved to have seen it.
Yeah, that's wild.
It was so cool.
Gannon, after going 6 under in the past 5 holes, puts it out pin high 80 feet right.
Drew
looks
getting
pretty good.
all the flip out of that disc.
Beat the trees.
Yes. Oh,
Oh
go
my
in.
gosh. Very similar to what we saw from Anthony Barella. Nearly hitting the pole.
Watch how hard this kid right here hits it right there. Bam.
Ooh, he's not going to like this one, though, is he?
It needs to go to make that Mando, I think.
Needs to slow down. That is going to leave a very tricky approach. That tree on your left.
So, no Mando miss.
No Mando missed, but awkward approach coming.
Yeah, forehand roller potentially in play. We'll have to see what kind of space he has to work with.
I like this one.
Yeah, I do too.
Just
Gotta
don't
miss
hit
the tree.
Yeah.
And it does. Oh my goodness.
You'll never see one closer. It's just 567 feet as fast as it can get there.
Maybe we can do the fall off flight twice. Just let me watch. I can't throw it that close from 60 feet. I mean, that's awesome. That is awesome. You don't expect to get a tap-in birdie on that. Okay, so how? Yeah,
A little surprised to not see the forehand roller.
yeah, or maybe a higher. A little more ceiling leaves, maybe.
A lot of ground play to work with, but leaves himself circle's edge, maybe just inside.
Good run at it. It's coming off his hand so clean.
Doesn't flutter one bit.
Just seems
does it?
like the range is unlimited.
.30 feet away, 4 par.
Oh, yeah.
Nice putt.
He knew what he was doing, guys.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
he did.
so.
Yeah,
Let me
he
get
did.
it to Circle's Edge, where I love it. Said no one ever.
Yeah, awesome putt.
Drew had a hiccup on the last hole.
A little bit of headwind.
Be nice to find it, and he can't.
Great drive to get there. You hate to not capitalize, especially with Gannon finally not getting a birdie or eagle on a hole. Just trying to find some way to cut into that big lead he's got. You got 8, 9, 11, and is that 18? Or what was that? 17 under. Just ballooning. 5 over Ricky Wysocki, who's through 12 holes, 4 cards away. Ricky's playing well, and he's 5 back. Just incredible play so far.
Hole 9, par 3, 350. Slightly uphill. Backhand straight up the middle. Forehand flex to the left side maybe works. I don't know. I keep trying it. I don't know that it actually gets all the way there, but that's an option that people are trying. This is a really hard hole to get all the way to the basket.
I still haven't seen anybody get all the way there till this one. Oh, and he didn't get all the way there.
Edge of circle. Really, really good throw.
You know what I mean? Have you?
Yeah, no, I don't think I've seen, I don't remember any true park jobs.
It's just at every point of the right flight, there's a big tree.
Waiting for you.
Waiting for you, yeah. For that distance.
Oh, early tree coming. Oh, whoa.
Whoa, did that stay in there?
It did. I did. That hit back and forth 8 times. That was really cool.
Might be kind of an awkward lie.
I like the way Randon throws it for this hole.
Scoot.
Nope.
Oh, so close. That may have been the park job you guys were talking about. That was looking
Well, I can't
pretty
mark it.
nice.
You can't mark it.
I can't mark it backwards. I'd have to just have approval from you guys to like play it
Play like right here.
there. But
Because this is not it.
The only reason I'd say mark it is if it's an unplayable lie behind it, which I don't. I think this is still in your lie. So yeah, you can put your foot here. If you guys agree this is within 12 inches, which it looks like to me,
I don't think that's in.
right here would be.
That's definitely in. You go put your foot there.
yeah,
I
Yeah.
think that's where you should play it.
What is going on?
You can't just take it. You can't. You take it infinitely far back to where you can get a foot on the playing surface. I mean, stand on a tree if you want, but what are they talking about it having to be within 12 inches?
I think that they're calling the lie a playable lie inside the tree. Like he could play from in the tree is my guess.
Huh? That's not. I mean, that's not what I. That's not how I interpreted the rules. But I could be wrong. I probably am.
I'm not quite so sure myself.
I don't like it, guys. I
I
think
like
he
it
should
one
have
bit.
climbed a tree up there. Had to throw that bad boy.
That's what we saw from Adam Hammis last year. Randon unable to capitalize on the good drive. Poor kick. And Calvin to get one back. It's been a slow round. That gets him to 2 under on the front 9.
It's funny. This is the one that he gets. Like I feel like the hardest birdie. The last one wasn't a cupcake birdie either.
Yeah, this one had less birdies than hole 5.
Yep.
Yeah.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yep, only 14 birdies as opposed to the 16, I believe, that we had on hole 5. Tough hole to get.
Gannon Buhr, he's the story right now.
No doubt.
5 clear, 2 players there at 12. Pretty tight after that. Look how many 10s. Paul in the clubhouse sitting on a 10. Leader in the clubhouse,
Yeah.
you could say.
Yeah. These guys better keep on birdieing.
Yeah, they've got work to do.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're going to see it or not, but there was a hot round out there from Gavin Babcock. Shot, I believe, 3 over in round 1.
Yes, this is correct.
And then it might come up right here. There
There
it
it
is, 10 under, tying Gannon Buhr's course record 10 under from round 1. So huge shout out to him for jumping all the way back into the mix.
Thank you to the Founders Club. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be right back with the back 9 from round 2 at the Portland Open.